Alright, so what I was gonna do was I was gonna end off for now, maybe continue a day after or something after the flower cup. I was gonna just record those first two and end there for now, but I'm gonna go ahead and push on. As you can see in the top right, I have my system charging and playing at the same time. This is a really old battery, so what's the worst that could happen if it gets a bit weaker? So I'm just gonna go ahead and yeah. This is Mr. Pokemon 907 and welcome to my Mario Kart 7 100cc playthrough. I'm gonna leave a link to the entire playlist for this Mario Kart 7 playthrough that I'm doing here in the comment section. You can check for that. So previous episode I did the we're gonna move down to 100cc here. First time I'm doing this, you can see on the bottom screen, right? It's the characters, but 100cc is what we're doing. First time that I'm going to be doing this for playthrough, at least showing the bottom screen as well. Alright, so the previous episode I used Yoshi. Let's see how the stats add up for the other. Wow, everything is fine. So what I'm going to do is, in fact, I was thinking about using the pipe frame for every character, like every episode, but nah, I'm gonna mix it up for sure. I ain't doing that. I never used Wiggler in this, like I rarely ever did in Mario Kart 7. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose a Wiggler here. So the jet looks fine, looks all balanced, and those are slim wheels. Slim wheels look the best to me so far. Wood as well. I could go, yeah, slim is fine. Slim is definitely fine. And the paraglider. And yeah, so flower mushroom and flower cup completed already for this playthrough. So now moving on to the star cup. All right. Oh, hopefully this goes well. Knowing how crazy these these computers get crazy, man. All right. Get those boosts. Piranha's facing to the right this time. Ah, dang it. I'm usually so pro with this. It's just one accustomed to playing 150 and as well, so the mechanics, the physics are gonna feel a lot different to me than the way that I'm playing this. It's going to be a bit uncomfortable. Gotta make sure as much as possible that I do not maneuver this, move this 3DS around too much whilst recording. For your viewing, to make it a bit nice for my viewers at least. Alright, so my stunt here. Jesus, the lightning. Alright. Why? That's weird though. That's weird. I should have been able to make that jump for sure. I wasn't too slow or anything. That's weird, man. What have they done, man? Alright, anyways. I guess Wiggler is a lot of weight, I guess. I never really played with Wiggler, so maybe that's it. Maybe it's just a character, yeah, because I just hopped one of those pipes there and Wiggler was like so fast falling that usually when you stunt from a pipe or something, you actually just get some ear time, but I had none at all. I just stunted off the pipe. Wiggler is seriously heavy though. Interesting. Wiggler is really heavy. Not sure that I like Wiggler in the slightest, man. Like I can't even make I can't even make that jump. That's weird, to be honest. That is freaking weird. Alright. So I'm not gonna be driving reckless here. We're gonna go ahead and get this first place. Alright, let's go. This is the last lap. Jesus, this is not good. Alright, at least the blue shell is coming along for the win. Alright. Ah, the fucking piranha plant. Alright, so this is the first episode that I've got to do a retry on a Mario Kart 7. Because usually I just I was saying. Okay. Alright, next race. I'm gonna take it. Why not? Gotta block my ears as much as I could. These days are weird, man. I think we've got Andromedians on this planet. You know, psychic aliens that they tap into the mind frame of the planet and take it over that way bit by bit. Delusions, illusions. That sort of shit. Fool the entire species into thinking something is happening when they're really in a mind matrix, like jail of some sort. Alright, so really random, I know, but yeah. Conspiracy theories, whatever you call them. Yeah, I delve a bit into that stuff as well. But not as seriously as some people do, but yeah. These days are getting really weird. Yeah, I just hopped there, and Wiggler is seriously heavy though. This is the heaviest character set I've ever seen in a Mario Kart game, to be honest. Like, I really do believe that Wiggler should have been patched though. Like, Wiggler is, I bet I barely made that. I even thought it was gonna fall to the crevice there. Like, Wiggler is honestly a bit too heavy in Mario Kart 7, to be honest. Maybe it's the cart setup. Some carts are really bad for some characters. Who knows? But I really think, from what I'm seeing here, that this game possibly needs a patch for Wiggler. Like, if whatever the hell these, Nintendo devs were doing in the recent Mario Kart 7 update, I'm seeing something here that needs fixing for sure. If it never was, Wiggler needs some editing done, man. It's too heavy. Alright, watch it, crab. Pull that for defense. Yep, way too freaking heavy. Oh my god, everything playing with this dang thing is too difficult, man. Alright. So I'm gonna send that back. See if I get an item. Yep. Boost. Nice. Alright. Dang, this thing is heavy. Made me look like a novice in that piranha plant trap before this. Oh god, I should have been able to defend that. It was a bit too slow, I guess. Dang, 100cc. Oh my god, the freaking banana peels. Jesus. Alright. This is the last lap, so gotta pull ahead for sure. I was even going to think about avoiding that up. Dropping that there. A little Christmas gift for the racers behind this. Oh my god. Alright, so that's race number 2. Now moving on to race number 3 of this Star Cup. Jeez, 100cc. Alright. Good, got that start boost. Very important. It drifted that well, possibly only because of how heavy this dang thing is. That corner is usually so tricky for like just about every character because you continue to slide on the rain, but Vigler is so heavy that I could actually drive and drift this road as though there's no rain on it. That's how crazily heavy this character is. And that explains why I couldn't get those shortcut jumps done in the trap, that first trap. Jesus, Vigler is heavy as hell. This is interesting though. Alright. Okay. Yeah, like, this is, like, you see how I took that kind of no sliding? Oh, and this is a rainy, slippery raceway. Rain is falling heavily, and the physics usually are that you slip all around. Nothing of the sort, I tell you. Crazy. Alright. Get that drift there. Yeah. The rain isn't affecting Vigler. Oh. You see that, like, across the edge of the track I was, you know, drifting like that. That's usually impossible for racers, man. That is impossible. It's happening though, because, whoa. This is my first time playing regular Mario Kart 7, so I'm still freaking out. You know, that's me. that is how I am. I never get over things too quickly. Like, to be honest though, this is crazy. Like I said earlier in the episode, like, compared to every other Mario Kart game that I've played, something is off here, man. Like, this is as bad as Sonic in Super Smash Brothers Brawl for Nintendo Wii. There's this unique game mode. You can actually just change the mechanics and physics and stuff called Special Brawl in Super Smash Brawl, and when you change the weight of the battles to heavy, right? Sonic usually has a spring jump. He can get back to the stage. You use your up B to get back, just like any other character. But they never compensated for the extra heavy weight with Sonic, and his spring is way too short. Like, he gets way too heavy to even like safely make it back to the stage in Brawl. And that's something that was never patched because back then the games were never patched. But look at all this shit, all these updates. Why is Wiggler too heavy for freaking shortcut jumps? That is crazy. And so heavy that the rain doesn't affect him. I guess, you know, this is something that some rich mother effer back then kind of slid into the devs, you know, paid them off or some shit. Some character they can play with that isn't affected by the different like weather effects, because this is the first game that did that. Some tracks you've got to have the correct tires, or you know, you'd be slipping all over the place. But Bigler seems unaffected, man. It could be the tires that I'm using with all of that stuff, but really and truly I should be able to jump here. Yeah, way too dang heavy. Let's see how this goes. Yep, can't even get over the freaking car. And that's an in-game mechanic, like, just about every character gets over there. This isn't a heavy car either. This is Soda Jet. This see how small this car is? No, man, something is wrong with this character, man. This character needed fixing. This character obviously, honestly needs fixing for sure. This is insane. Luckily, ramps like that aren't broken, or for sure the game would have been patched. It's not obvious then, because these are bigger like jump ramps, but that area at the beginning of this track where you jump over the cart, that is definitely proof. I couldn't make it over, that's definitely proof this character is insane. Needs patching, for sure. Alright. Yeah, that full drift boost. Or attempt to, dang it. There we go. I was going to drop that there, but hold on to defense for dear life in any Mario Kart game and never base your defense. It could mean the difference between a third place and a first place, like, quite easily. Alright, dang it. Alright, there we go. At least the hang gliding isn't affected too much. Alright, hold that for defense. Let's glide away to safety. Awesome. Still get big jumps from those, thankfully. Oh god. Alright. Just seeing that animation for the first time in a Mario Kart game, you know, they really showed off that, oh look, we can have all these advanced animations with 4 arms. Isn't this cool? And all technical and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Wiggler is seriously weird. Wiggler made a comeback in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as a DLC character, so this character got some more love later into the series. That's the next game that I'm going to be playing, so more Wiggler. I thought Wario was bad until I played Wiggler here. This is crazy. Alright, so 2-star thanks to those freaking heavy slip-ups. Alright, and that is it for this episode. Alright, so very next episode then I'm going to be taking on the Special Cup. Until then, stay tuned. Click on that like button. Leave a comment if you do please. And as well, click on that subscribe or tap, whichever device you're using, on that button that reads subscribe. It really should be saying follow because there's no payment necessary. You're simply just following my channel and you would be notified whenever I do make a new video upload in your device notifications. So I'm going to leave a link to the entirety of this Mario Kart 7 playthrough that I've done thus far in this video's comment section. You can go look for that. And as well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, whenever and wherever you're watching. The Truman Show, if you've never watched that movie, definitely go check it out. That's spelled Truman Show. The Truman Show is a movie that came out years ago. The same guy who acted as The Mask, he is Dr. Robotnik, best known as Mr. Eggman in the Sonic movies, the Sonic live action movies that recently launched. A really good actor. That movie definitely gives some answers as to what the hell is happening on this planet in recent days. I do think it's the freaking Andromedians. Just like those guys made that entire world like a movie set in that movie, the Andromedians basically doing that because they have access to higher dimensions. Things that seem crazy to humans is like the flick of a wrist to them. I really am convinced a lot of the miracles, things that happen in the Bible, even Jesus, all of that, things that we've seen throughout history that we would have called, you know, acts of miracle or whatever. I think those are Andromedian species that have, you know, they look similar to us, but they have access to higher dimensions, so they could actually treat this just like we put a character in a video game and we can like totally, like, we're gods to those realms. They are to this one. Things that, you know, people are only beginning to understand, and I think that's possibly what CERN laboratories, all this stuff about like the Large Hadron Collider and opening portals and stuff like that, they're attempting to understand the science of these entities so that humans could at least attempt to fight what the hell these things are. But I really do think that they're doing all of this, you know, without much chance These entities aren't to be played with, to be honest. So whatever is going on, I'm going to make a video on that. This is supposed to be a Mario Kart episode. I'm so sorry, but like I said, stay tuned. Mr. Pokemon 907, I'm going to be doing the special cup, and then after that, there's another playlist. Like when that episode gets up, I have them separated between Nitro Grand Prix and Retro Grand Prix. Retro Grand Prix is where older tracks, or every cup is filled with tracks from older games. The last four or I'm going to show you what I mean. Uh, in case you're someone who's watching, a Mario Kart game for the first time, or watching these for the first time. All right, so I just did the Star Cup, and then we're going to be moving on to the Special Cup. I'm going to show you bottom screen here. So these last four, these are Shell, Banana, Leaf, and Lightning. These cups are populated by tracks then that come from older games. You see they have N64, GBA, VDS for that one, N64, Super NES, VDS, and stuff like that and so forth. So these first four, I'm gonna have the link to, because this episode, then this third episode here, the Star Cup and then the Special Cup, these are all going to be in the same playlist, and I'll have that in the comment section of this video. Check that out, in case you want to watch every episode that I've done so far. Alright, so until next episode, thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Shell Cup, Special Cup, and then after that, the Shell Cup is going to be a different playlist. I'm going to work something out so that you can still, every time you get to the end of the episode, then whenever I upload the Special Cup, I'm gonna have a link to the Shell Cup, in that episode's comment section as well. Alright, so thanks for watching.